no badge, no weapon, just a single dad in worn-out jeans, cradling a stuffed unicorn in one hand and a grocery bag in the other, until everything changed in 26 seconds. Luke Hayes didn't look like a hero that Tuesday afternoon. His combat boots were scuffed. His eyes were tired, and the only war he was fighting now was keeping his 5-year-old daughter, Mia, safe and smiling. After serving 12 years in the military, Luke was now just another face in the supermarket line, except today, fate was about to write his name in someone else's miracle. It started like any other day. Luke had picked Mia up from kindergarten, grabbed a few essentials, cereal, bananas, the pink toothpaste she liked, and was heading toward the parking lot when he heard it. A scream, high-pitched, piercing, pure panic. He turned, heart dropping, and spotted a little boy, couldn't have been older than 6, being dragged into a black SUV by 2 masked men. The boy's tiny fists pounded against the air. His Spider-Man backpack fell to the pavement, unnoticed. Most people froze. A few fumbled for their phones. One woman screamed for help. Luke didn't think. He dropped the groceries. Mia cried out behind him, but he whispered, firm, calm, stay right here, baby. Daddy will be right back. Then he ran. No badge, no weapon, no backup, just instinct. The first man didn't even see him coming. Luke tackled him mid-stride, sending them both tumbling onto the asphalt. Before the second man could pull a gun, Luke delivered a bone-breaking elbow to his jaw, disarming him in a single motion. The SUV's back doors flung open, more men inside. 4 total. Luke surged forward. Every second was a life-or-death decision. The kid was screaming, kicking, eyes wild. Luke fought like he was back in the desert, with one goal, extract and protect. The third man lunged. Luke used his momentum against him, flipping him over his shoulder and into the car door. A loud crack, possibly a rib. The fourth swung a crowbar, but Luke ducked, grabbed it mid-swing, and slammed it against the man's shin. 26 seconds. 6 grown men, all down. Breathing hard, Luke scooped up the boy, shielding his trembling body against his chest. The SUV revved, trying to peel off with 2 more suspects inside, but by then, sirens echoed through the lot. Someone had called the cops. Luke carried the boy to safety just as Mia came running, her unicorn clutched in her arms, tears streaking her cheeks. The boy's mother arrived moments later, breathless and broken, falling to her knees as she took her son in her arms. She looked up at Luke through grateful sobs and whispered, "You saved my baby." "Who are you?" Luke knelt beside her, brushing the dirt from his knees. "Just a dad," he said softly, placing a protective arm around Mia. What followed wasn't headlines or medals. It was something deeper. The officer who arrived, young, new to the force, stood stunned as he took witness statements. "You dropped 6 guys, without a weapon," Luke shrugged. "Didn't need one." Later that week, the story went viral. Security footage confirmed everything. Social media called him the dad without a badge. Veterans groups shared the story. So did news anchors, teary-eyed and inspired. But Luke didn't care about any of that. What mattered most was that one child went home safe. That Mia looked up at him that night and said, "You're my superhero, Daddy." And maybe that was enough. Because sometimes the greatest warriors wear no uniform. They just carry love like a shield, and run straight into danger when no one else does. So if you ever wonder whether one person can make a difference, remember Luke. The city didn't notice him. Not really. Luke Palmer, single dad, ex-soldier, grocery store stalker, walked with the quiet humility of someone who had once seen too much and now just wanted peace. His past was buried beneath calloused hands, soft bedtime lullabies, and the daily ritual of packing his daughter Lila's lunch with a smile, even when money was tight. That day, Luke was late. Lila had forgotten her favorite lunchbox, and he couldn't bear the thought of her eating alone with a frown. So he jogged the 4 blocks to her school, the sun beating down, his t-shirt clinging to his back. No one saw the small act of love, but someone was about to see something much bigger. It happened on West Maple Street. A quiet stretch, a silver van, a girl, maybe 7, walking a few steps behind her mother, humming to herself. And then 2 men grabbed her. Fast, ruthless, like wolves in daylight. The mother screamed, so did the child. People looked, some shouted, a few ran to call the police. Luke ran toward the van. No badge, no weapon, just a soldier who had promised never to let evil go unchecked. He reached the van just as the sliding door slammed shut. The engine roared to life. Luke didn't hesitate. He slammed his forearm into the driver's side window, once, twice, until it shattered. Glass flew. The driver reached for a gun. Luke yanked the door open, pulling him out and slamming him onto the concrete with a veteran's precision. The second man, in the passenger seat, tried to flee. Luke caught him with a knee to the gut. As he doubled over, Luke kicked the weapon away, picked him up, and threw him to the ground so hard the man didn't move again. Inside the van, 2 more waited in the back. 4 against 1. They underestimated him. The first one charged. Luke dodged, used his momentum, and threw him into the open door frame. The second swung a crowbar.